Welcome to the Brad and Taylor Show. Today we have Garrett McCraight.
You're listening to the Brad and Taylor Show, a podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to pursue their passions. We're sitting down with some of the best to learn how they got started and some lessons they learned along the way.
Hey, Garrett.
How's it going?
We're good. How are you?
We're doing good.
Doing great, thanks.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about you and kind of like, what do you do?
I sell real estate.
Awesome.
Started 4 years ago with no idea what I was doing and survived the first year. And here we are 4 years later, thriving in a crazy market.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Definitely completely different than 4 years ago. So when you were younger, is this what you had planned for your future, or what did you have planned?
I didn't have much planned. I remember we had to do I don't know if it's an essay or some sort of project at school, talking about what we want to do when we grow up and a plan for it. And I don't know if I was the only person in high school who didn't know, but I just wrote that I wanted to be happy.
Hey, that's pretty good. That's
the best goal out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing, but as long as I'm happy, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Hey, did that work for you? Was that a good answer?
So far, so good.
I like it. Well, you're doing pretty good at that so far. So let's say, how did you go from like school to doing real estate? Like what happened in between? Or just jump right into real estate? What'd you do?
So after high school, my buddy contacted me and he said he had $4,000 and wanted to see if I wanted to move to Los Angeles with him.
I like it.
I figured, why not? We learned quickly that $4,000 doesn't last long in California. And I ended up selling vacuums out there.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Door to door, 90 hours a week for 6 years, and turned it into a business, and it went well. But I realized if I was selling, $3,000 vacuums door to door, what else could I sell?
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you could do that, because that's something that's not easy. So like if you can do that, you're pretty much do anything.
Yeah. So, there's probably easier things to sell than a 4-figure vacuum.
Yeah.
But we did well. The money was great. It's just the time wasn't there. So I decided to hit reset. And at that moment, I realized if I was going to reset, I should probably do it back home with family. Mm-hmm. So I moved back here and ran into an old friend at a bar in Howell and saw she was in real estate and asked her how to get in. And here we are.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell us about like when you started out, did you join a team right away, or how did that first year go for you?
First year was really rough. Sometimes I'm a slow learner. I tend to overcomplicate things, I guess. So I joined a team it was the Bill Park team with Anna and Bill Park. And at first I was just the ISA. So they gave me a list of phone numbers, and every day I just sat there and cold called for, 4 to 8 hours every day. And it took about a year for me to get some traction. Yeah. And it went well. I made, a decent amount of money, at least to survive. Then recently this year I switched to Red Door, and that has been life-changing, I would say. That's
awesome. How did that first transaction go? So you said your year was kind of rough. How did the first transaction go? Did that go well, or did it, were you like, uh-oh?
It went well. It did take me a full 12 months to get that first one. Wow. It was a bigger one. It was $400,000 in South Lyon. It was an older couple, and they could tell I was new, but they didn't know it was my first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're probably like, even after a year, you at least learned something, and being your first month in, like you at least you knew something. Yeah,
I knew a little bit. I think the biggest part is I didn't really believe in myself, and that was the hardest thing. Mm-hmm. If you don't believe in your product, it's hard to sell.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to get out of your own way.
Exactly. Yep.
Keep moving forward.
Once I got out of my own way, it's been nowhere but up, so I can't complain.
So when you switched over to Red Door, was there any advice that you had gotten that maybe you previously didn't have that has just kind of stuck with you and made the transition easier?
I don't know about advice. It's just the support from them.
Yeah.
Penny Aiken, our operations manager, she's a godsend. I got nothing but good things to say. The whole team is great, but Penny is really, she's taken a lot off my plate to where I can just focus on what I do and do better at it, so that, the back end stuff is handled and clients are happy and we can do more business together than alone,
Yeah, right. For sure.
So I guess it wasn't so much something they said, but more of the actual support.
Yeah, which is big too, just knowing that you have a team backing you up that's going to help you along the way is awesome.
Yep. It's a lot less overwhelming.
Yeah.
for
So over the
sure.
last couple of years, is there any property that you have been to that just kind of rings a bell when I say this? What's the worst property you've been to?
The worst.
Or the worst showing.
Oh yeah, yep, could be that too.
Worst showing. I don't know. It's always awkward when the buyer's present at the home.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to those. It's kind of weird.
I don't know about worse. It's always, I guess one time we were showing a house. It was like North Latson. So it was way out there. No neighbors or anything like that. And the client I was with kept talking, like wondering what happened to the other homeowner that had the home. And they were like, is it, did she die? Or I have no idea. And she kept talking about the lady dying. And then they found, a picture, and she had her head shaved and there was some bandana. So we're like, oh no, like she might have actually passed. So it was kind of sad. And we heard like some keys at the door, or like maybe like a dog chain or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the second showings here, like someone else is coming to look. And so I ran to the front door, let them know it would be 5 minutes. And there was no one there. And I walked to the street to see if someone was like walking by, and there was no one as far as I could see.
Oh my.
So we locked up and left quick.
Did you later find out what happened to that situation, or just nothing?
No. It was just, we all were
No
like,
one ever was
we all
there.
heard it.
Yeah.
We heard it plain as day, and I don't know what happened. But I was like, yeah, let's go to this.
Let's go to the next one. We're out of here.
We're out. Yeah, especially with no neighbors in the middle of nowhere. That just like sets the scene for a scary movie.
Yeah, it was a nice home, and I don't know what happened. It still is one of them ones we laugh about. But I don't know what's worse. Like it's always an experience.
That one's good. That one's good. That was my favorite.
It's funny now. At the time, I was a little scared. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you do? Let's wrap this up. We're out. Let's go.
Next.
Yep.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Going forward in the next year, do you have any goals you want to accomplish?
Just keep growing. Mm-hmm. I would like to do maybe 10 million a year in real estate. I feel like that'd be, healthy paychecks.
Mm-hmm.
But just continue growing, keep getting better. Just want to do the best I can for my family.
Yeah. So when you so you said the first year didn't go very well. What like year did you like all of a sudden you're like, I got this, and now you just kind of took off? When did you like make some changes and all of a sudden you're like, you just took off?
It was I don't know how familiar you guys are with Keller Williams, but they do a thing called family reunion every year.
Yeah.
And it was my first family reunion in New Orleans. Maybe it was 2018. It was 3 years ago, 2018.
Okay.
And it was just eye-opening. I realized how much I wasn't doing what I needed to be doing, and just how much more people believed in themselves and the confidence. And that once I realized how hard I was working for my clients, I was like, I might not know it all, but I will work as hard as I can for them. And it just, I remember that February just clicked. I came back and life had changed. It was like something just clicked in my brain, and it just started working. I don't know. It was just that experience there, seeing everybody else there and realizing how far we could take this real estate career and how much I wasn't doing. And I had a little girl on the way, and I was like, okay, it's time to kick myself in the rump here and get things moving.
Good for you. Good for you. That's awesome. So let's say you had to start all over today. You had the same knowledge as you have now. How would you spend your first $1,000?
I'd save it and just hop on the phones.
Hey, that works.
I don't even think I had $1,000 when I started. When I closed the Kirby company, I didn't really save anything. I was putting all the money back into the business.
Yeah. So
I didn't have much money when I started the first time.
Is there anything that you would do differently?
I don't know. I feel like everything I've done, even if it wasn't the best right off the bat, it was a learning experience. And obviously we don't want to take away some of them painful moments that make you who you are. So I don't know what I would change. Maybe, I loved my old team. They got me to where I am. I just feel like the new team I click a little bit more with. So I guess if I were new to start over, I would maybe interview other teams to see which one I kind of vibed with better, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't know what I didn't know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially in the beginning, like you don't really know, like you don't really know that you can go interview people. You're just oh wait, someone signed me up.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's typically the one you go with, and then that's it. And then you learn later on, like kind of how you did that. Well, maybe.
Yeah, if I only knew
options.
that.
Yeah.
And they're great people. Just the structure wasn't all there, and I'm not
Yeah.
very structured myself, so it's nice to have some structure behind me.
Yeah.
Speaking of the structure, how do you structure your day? When you first started out, did you time block at all, or how did you go about your day? Because I know it's really easy in this business when you can just kind of, I mean, you have all day. You can sleep in until noon if you want to. So,
well, I came from working 90 hours a week, and when I say 90 hours, like that was the average. I didn't do anything but work. So, I mean, it was pretty easy in the beginning just to come in the office and make phone calls. But that's how I started. I wake up and work out, come to the office, maybe do some script practice with another coworker, and just hop on the phones. The hard part was after that, after, you spend 4 or 5 hours on the phone, you're kind of burnt. If you don't have any appointments, it's like, okay, what do I do with the rest of my day?
Yeah.
But yeah, just the time blocking in the beginning, it wasn't too hard for me. It just, all I did was work on the phone. I wanted appointments. I didn't have them. Now I need to time block a little bit more with everything moving, but all the moving parts.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Is there any, what's your favorite business book that you've read or that's kind of helped you along the way?
I don't know if it's a business book, but there's a book called The Third Circle Theory. And it's kind of more of like mindset, I guess. And I mean, I could go on days about this damn book.
I want to hear. As I haven't read that one. Tell me more about it.
It's more just kind of like putting everything else, taking your emotions out of it. It's not about you. It's about, the bigger picture, the world, your clients, whatever it is, but just taking you out of it. And when you take you out of it and your emotions out of it and do it for other people, it's just a little bit easier. You're doing it for the right reasons. But it's like the first circle is, when we're born and we're, the world revolves around us, literally, we're fed, we're changed. Then the second circle is, some people evolve to where they realize, life isn't all about me. Some people get stuck in that first circle, but then the third circle is like, it's observation, like looking from the outside in, taking yourself out of the picture and what is the best way for the situation to work out, I guess. I don't know. It's hard.
Sounds like a good one though.
Yeah.
I want to read it.
It was a good one. And it's only like, it's a short read. It's only like, 150 pages. So it's my favorite kind of book.
Oh yeah. Nice and short. I like it. I like it. That's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for actually, before we go, how can people get a hold of you?
Cell phone's the best.
Awesome. What's your cell phone?
734-740-5131.
All right. Awesome. Hey, thanks for coming on and sharing your story with us today.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Are these working?
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. I think they're working. Should we tell them?
Mine keeps falling. It doesn't like my voice.
What do we got to tell them?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. What do we got to point at? Hey, I think there's a subscription button. Like
It might be there.
it might be right there too.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
Find it. It's red.
Yeah. And it's
Red.
blue. It's green. I don't really know.
It's a color.
This mic isn't even attached. Did you plug these in? Well, I guess.
I wonder if they can hear us.
Yeah. I wonder if they hear us. Well, we should probably tell them if they can hear us. We should probably tell them to also give us a 5-star review if they listen to on Apple. That'd be cool.
5 stars,
review.
Guys.
Share it with everybody they can think of.
We won't take 4 stars.
I mean, Taylor, I don't even think these are on. I mean,
I don't think this is working.
This is not working.